Whew. Man, we're rolling into this year and we have one really big goal, and it's going to be a great testimony to share with y'all. My name's Trevor. Welcome back to the Arctic Vet YouTube channel. And it is Arctic outside today. So, without further ado, roll that intro and let's dive on into the deets. Alright, you know what? The end of this vlog you're going to want to stick around for because I got some great bloopers. I have tried to record this video 3 times now, and we have audio this time, so whew, let's go. Alright, now that that's over with, welcome to the Arctic Vet YouTube channel. We are going to be talking about our YouTube statistics from 2024, but something much more important than that as well is coming right after that. So real quick, in 2024, I appreciate each and every one of you that stopped by the channel. If you're new here, if you've been here since 2017 or in the in-between, thank you so much. Truly, it's such a blessing. You mean so much to us. And I cannot wait for the day where I say, I've quit my job and I am a full-time YouTuber. And we're able to support our family, our needs, and our things with YouTube and with other things that come with that, like merchandise, like my hat. So definitely check it out. Hit up arcticvet.com if there's anything you like or anything that you could think of like, hey, this would be pretty cool. Let me know. Drop it in the comments. Anyhow, to get there, we have one really big step, and that is to be debt free and try to pay off all, is not try to, but we are going to pay off all of our debt. God has so much for us, and he's so good. He's such a good father. So last year, we got 258,000 views on the channel. That is incredible. And man, what a blessing. We also got 6.7 thousand watch hours. We gained 359 subscribers. So thank you all for subscribing. We appreciate you. And the estimated revenue, well, it's just a smile because you guys are such a blessing. Thank you. Oh, man, it's just, I don't want to show that on here. I do know the number, and it's incredible. You guys are such a blessing. So, for us to get to the point where YouTube can be our full-time job, and we don't have to go anywhere, we don't have an office or bosses or anything like that, we have this massive goal ahead of us, and we're working on it. And before we dive into it, I guess, oh, you guys can't quite see that, but I can see it. It's showing me a preview of the tab that we're about to switch over to. I just want to let you guys know that last year in 2024, it was kind of rocky here and there because in May I got noticed that I was going to be laid off. So we saved enough money in our little safety net to cover 2 months, June and July. Well, God had other plans, and I wasn't able to find a job in June or July or August, or September, or October, or even November. But in December, finally, almost 100 applications in. Whew, that was a lot of work. I got a new job. And so December, I started my new job. But God took those 2 months of savings and covered all of that time. All the bills, everything that came up. Except for 2 bills. That's it. There were only 2 bills that we weren't able to pay in December. That in itself is an amazing testimony. Like it's so good. It's so good, and I love it. And where we're about to flip is to a new page of a testimony that's in progress. And again, God is going to work miracles. May His will be done through us in everything that we do. And hopefully, you guys, if you know God, if you know Jesus, let me know. If you don't, let me know. I love sharing our testimonies about what He's done in our lives, and this is something that He's prepared ahead of us, and it's going to happen, and it's going to happen in 2025. We are going to become debt free. Here we are. This is big. All right, let me scroll over to where I want to start. And that is with last year, 2024, we started that year out with $87,000 in debt. Ugh, that's ugly. Like, man, I wish that was in my bank account, like, as a safety net. That would be a blessing. That would be incredible. And we're going to get there. We will get there. Debt paid off. We were able to pay off $11,610.96. That left us with the beginning of 2025 this year. It's the same number there. $75,389.04. And so far this year, we've paid off $0. Let's go, baby. So, to break that down a little bit for you, we have a history tracker. And like I said, May, that was when we're like, oh no, what are we going to do? A little terrifying. However, before that, our best month was in March. We paid off $13,000 of our debt last year. And that was because we sold Dora. And we sold Dora to my brother. And that was a blessing to them. And this is how it was such a blessing to us as well. And it just goes to show, like, when God says to do something, and if you guys haven't watched that video, like, it's out there, go check it out. God told me, hey, sell this to your brother. They need it. And in return, he blessed us with that. And incredible. So we started out 2025 here. And we went and added our credit scores tracking. So we started, let's just say August is about as far back as we could go. We're about 603 for mine, 566 for Jessica. And starting this year, mine is down to 577, and hers is actually up to 576. Those numbers, I can't wait, because they're going to improve as we become closer and closer to debt free. And it's going to be exciting. And I want you guys, like, I'm being honest, these are our real numbers. This is where we're currently at, and it's going to get better. Because if God can do it for us, he can do it for you. He is limitless. He is limitless. He's so good. So here's our total debt. Here's our credit cards. Here's our loan amount. But we're going to look at different numbers, because I actually have it broke down a little differently. So our highest interest is a Quicksilver card that we have with 30.47% interest. That's what bad credit will get you. But that's where we needed to go and what we had to do, and here we are getting free from it. So our highest debt is actually our Jeep, and it's $37,891.41. And it'll actually, like, this month, it's actually going to get even lower, because we've got 3 payments this month, and that's exciting. I know we're not paying like big chunks on it, because we're focusing those big chunks on our other debt that we'll talk about. So we have a breakdown here for house. Our house here that you see behind me, that we're in, that we're recording from, everything. We're able to do it with a $10,000 loan for the HVAC system, and $13,000 coming up for a total of $23,096.04 is what it took us to turn this house into what it is. You guys can go over to the family channel, the Arctic Vette family channel, and check all those vlogs out. It's really great. It's incredible. The house has paid off itself. However, we weren't able to do like a HELO loan or other kind of house loan. So we went the route with using credit cards at a few places and a personal loan for the HVAC system itself. So our credit cards doesn't include the house, which is why it's broke down a little different here. So in credit cards, which is a way that God was able to help us extend our 2 months into 7 months. It's just incredible. Anyhow, we're in debt $9,151.51. And that number is going to decline to 0, just like the house and what's next, the cars, which there are 2, and we've already talked about the Jeep. So the Corvette is the second one. Now the total for our cars is $43,625.76. That's a lot. It's a lot, but I'm here to tell you that it's worth it. It's completely worth it. And we're going to scroll out a little bit here. There we go. I think now you guys can see all that. Maybe. It might not be very visible. However, this is a list. What's highlighted here, those are our credit cards. We have one that has $1,498.38, and its interest rate is one of our better rates at 9.9%. And then our next card, which is the highest interest, $2,818.70 with 30.47% interest rate. Our third card, $292.20 with 29.49% interest. And then our best interest rate out of everything is our fourth card, $3,991.09 with 0% interest. So that's likely to be the last card paid off, because it's 0% interest, and you want to attack your cards the highest interest rate first and work your way down. So that's what we'll be doing. And then our next card is a $272.04 with 30.24% interest. Oh, I know it's a lot of 30s, but here we are. The last credit card that we have, which this should all total up to that $9,000, and it does, $9,155.51, is $283.10 with an interest rate of 28.74%. And then we get into our house loans here, which is, we've got 3 cards through Home Depot and 1 through Lowe's. And the biggest one at Home Depot is $6,323.88. And all 3 of those cards are 29.99% interest rate. Our second one, $5,611.26. And our third one for Home Depot is $531.06. Then we have a Lowe's card. And I want to be completely honest here. Lowe's is the place to go if you need to do this. If you have to go this route, go to Lowe's first. Just our experience. I would much rather have spent all that money that we spent at Home Depot over at Lowe's, purely for the sake of they got a little bit better benefits and rewards using their card, like 5% off every order, every time you use your card, plus the perks of being able to have interest-free payments for a certain amount of time, which Home Depot does have, but I feel like Lowe's are a little better. May just be me, my preference. I'm not suggesting go into debt, but if you absolutely have to, Lowe's is a better option. And so at Lowe's we have $929.84, and its interest rate is still pretty high. It's 28.99%. Still a lot, really high, but that's okay. And then we have an HVAC loan, which we owe $9,700 on with 0% interest rate, another low one. Then there's the Corvette. We're getting into the vehicles now. The Corvette is $5,734.35. Because we actually took more out so that we could fix the transmission early on. And yeah, a whole 9. Worth it. Totally worth it. And then the Jeep, $37,891.41. Oh, and the Corvette's got 22.17% interest rate. That's high. Even the Jeep is high, but it's really good, 7.5%. And then we have down here phones. We've got an Affirm loan because we're actually going to save money by doing this. It's kind of crazy to explain and understand, but if you take your phone bill, like the payment on your phone, which I don't have because I'm prepaid, but I do have to pay for a plan every month, and take those numbers, you add them together, and you're disgusted by the number that's there. So we actually found a cheaper way, and that was to just get a loan that we plan on paying off before we even get hit with interest. And that is $2,410.93 for 2 phones for a full year. That's 2 phones, 2 plans for 1 whole year, cheaper than what we were paying currently. So if you're looking to save money, that might be a good option. Check it out. and that has a 35.98% interest rate. So what does that all mean? Well, that means that we have a big chunk of debt, and that big chunk of debt is going to be paid off, and our goal is to have it paid off by the end of 2025 so that we go into 2026 completely debt free. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. You're so good. And I want to give a big shout out to my friend John, daily electrician. He also has a daily finance page too. Check the description below, because he's helped me with some of this graphs, some of these charts here, and he is not technically a financial advisor, but he is helping us in that way. And I think that he could probably help you guys too. Just know that this isn't actual advice. This is just what we're doing. So, I just don't hold anything against us, because this is just what we're doing. We're just sharing it with you guys. We're going to start out by taking out our highest interest rate here. That's the first thing. Once that's paid off, that $100 is going to the next highest. And then this is called the snowball effect, and that's what's going to create the snowball that's going to grow and grow and knock and wipe all this debt out. And God's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's our provider for everything, for our finances, for our days, for the breath in our lungs. Oh, God is so good. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, click that like button. Don't forget to click the red subscribe button. Drop some comments down below. Let me know if this type of video interests you, or if you just want to follow along and see how we progress throughout the year. I'm super excited. I can't wait, and that's why we've got this tracker here. That's why we're starting this whole series, because I know that this is going to be a testimony of a lifetime to be able to share with everybody, and to be able to share along the way is going to mean so much more. God is so good. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. God bless y'all. Hello?
It wasn't on this whole time.
This is a test video before I start recording again.